In this video, we will see the proof for maximum power transfer theorem. First, we will consider this general AC circuit and all the three components and voltage source along with the load impedance ZL present over here. So, according to the statement, general statement of maximum power transfer theorem, this load will withdraw the maximum power from the circuit if its value is equal to the complex conjugate of the Thevenin equivalent of the circuit. So we have to draw the Thevenin equivalent of the circuit first, and then its complex conjugate value will give us the value of load impedance that will withdraw the maximum power from the circuit. Okay. Now there are possibilities of three cases that this load can be sometimes a variable resistance also. Okay, so according to this we will consider three cases. First, when this load is ZL and its both component, that is real and imaginary, both parts are variable. We can change both components to control the maximum power. Second case, when this load is a resistive element, that is resistive load is there and which is variable. So we have to find the value of this RL so that it can draw the maximum power. So this is another case. And in third case, again there is ZL, but at a time one is varying, either RL or either JXL. So when this RL is varying, this will be fixed and same will be for the other. So consider the first case, when case number 1, if load is ZL and both components are varying, or you can say ZL is variable. To find the condition for this, we have to first write the equation of current in the Thevenin equivalent of the circuit. So this is Thevenin equivalent and it is our load impedance ZL. Okay, so write down the equation of current, that is equals to VTH divided by ZTH plus ZL. This is the value of current or peak current flowing in the circuit. Now we will write it VTH divided by RTH plus RL plus, we will write it in terms of imaginary and real parts. So this is the another form or the expanded form of this current. Now current flowing in this Thevenin equivalent circuit. Now I have to find the value of power dissipated across this load, and this power will be nothing but I by root 2. This is the RMS value of this current. This is peak value and this is RMS value. So it will be and multiplied by RL. So now write the P in terms of VTH. Write down VTH in this equation divided by 2 and square this complex term, separate square of real and complex term will take place. XL square multiplied by RL. This is the value of power across ZL. Now we have to find the condition for maximum power across the ZL. So first we will find the condition for this XL. What should be the value of XL? Then we will find what should be the value of RL. So when we will find the condition for this, take it as a variable and RL as a fixed. Okay. So dP by dXL when RL is fixed. Okay. So this will come as into RL by 2. The derivative of this 1 will be 0 minus twice of derivative of this xth plus xl. Okay, derivative of this term, because it is constant, will be 0. So this is the derivation of the dp by dx and equate it to 0. So here comes xl equal to xth. We got the first condition that our xl should be equal to the minus xth, equate it to 0. So it is our first condition that xl should be equal to minus xth. Now find the condition for this RL and substitute this in the equation. Now again we will take this equation P and differentiate this P with respect to RL and equate it to 0. That will give us the condition for this RL. Now this Vth square by 2 will come as a constant and differentiation of this RL will give us 1 and multiply it with this, that is Rth plus RL square plus xth plus xl square. Okay, so this will come here along with this one as a first term of the derivation. Now we will derivate this denominator and write down this as it is. So again there will come RL, minus sign will come, minus derivation of the second term multiplied by first term. So I have written first numerator as it is and derivation of the second term. Now this is considered as a as we derived in the first case, that is xl is equals to minus xth. So this will vanish or become 0 in our equation and differentiate this. So this will give 2 Rth plus RL will be the differentiation of this denominator. Now there will come square of this whole term in the denominator and that will be of our no use, because when we multiply this term with 0 it will vanish from here. Okay, so this also can't be equal to 0, only we have to consider this term and this will vanish to 0 as xl is equals to minus xth. We got the first condition. So evaluate this value, that is square this bracket Rth square RL square plus 2 Rth RL. This is equal to 0, which is the derivative of the power with respect to L, minus 2 Rth RL minus 2 RL square. Okay, this will be cancelled and here we can get that Rth square is equals to RL square. That means Rth is equals to RL. So we got the condition that ZL should be equal to R. This ZL should be equal to the Rth minus jxth. Okay, because RL should be equal to Rth and XL should be equal to minus xth. So this is the condition and that is equals to ZTH complex conjugate. So we got the first condition or proof for the maximum power theorem in case 1.